It's the most severe form of action a city council can take against another elected city official. And on Monday night, the Brooklyn Park City Council did just that, voting to censure fellow city council member Boyd Morrison. Councilmember Morrison is accused of violating several city policies for allegedly touching a female city employee inappropriately and sending her disparaging emails. Morrison commented on the matter and did offer an apology, but not one for city staff. Corey Bork has more.
We do have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Me.
Motion carries.
I oppose.
On Monday night, Brooklyn Park City Council members took action on a matter they said they wished they didn't have to take.
Having to talk about this and having to take these steps, it disappoints me, it makes me angry, and it makes me sad.
Improper behavior and sexual harassment cannot be tolerated, no matter what color or race.
This issue is not a matter of differences in communication styles, personality traits, or political beliefs.
An investigative report done by an outside law firm found that Morrison violated several city policies. It states that Morrison allegedly engaged in unwanted and unwelcome personal touching toward a female city employee, actions the council member denies.
This is a frivolous case that I did nothing whatsoever to anybody in this city to touch them inappropriately.
Morrison said the council never heard his side of the story, but according to the city attorney, that's because Morrison chose not to cooperate with the investigation unless certain demands were met, including receiving the name of the person who filed the complaint.
Councilmember Morrison had very ample due process opportunity to set forth his side of the story before the investigation, and he chose voluntarily not to do so, which is his right, but that was his choice.
Morrison said he didn't respond to the investigation because he thought it was, quote, foolish. He instead offered an apology, but not to the city employee.
I want to apologize to our residents for having to endure such a, I'm going to call it, comical situation that we have here before us.
Other council members felt differently, including one who said she was the victim of sexual harassment herself involving a previous employer.
This is not some political hit job against Councilmember Morrison.
Corey Bork, CCX News.
As a result of the censure, Morrison will not be allowed to serve on committees and task forces through the end of the year. All of his communications to city staff must also go through the city manager. Morrison can still serve on the city council. His term runs through 2024. The city of Golden Valley has extended a conditional offer of employment to Virgil Green to be the city's next police chief. The city says Green accepted the offer on Monday, which is contingent upon background checks, which are expected to take 6 to 8 weeks. Green has worked in law enforcement for 38 years, mainly in Oklahoma. The city hired a consultant group to help with the search. Interim Chief Scott Nadeau made his way to the final stage of interviews, but Nadeau withdrew his candidacy last week following a city council meeting where the mayor said his choice for chief was Green. This past December, the average cost of a new car rose to $47,000. That's according to a report by Kelley Blue Book. And the price of used vehicles is also high. That's forcing some drivers to patch up their current car rather than buy a new one. Here's CCX reporter Jason Malillo with the story.
Rising prices along with high demand and low inventories making it difficult to buy a new vehicle. Many drivers are choosing instead to fix up what they already have, and that's leading to an uptick in business for repair shops.
Maybe even as much as 50% more business because of this.
Victory Auto Service in Brooklyn Park is doing a lot of battery replacements and brake jobs, but customers are also opting to do bigger jobs that probably weren't cost effective in the past.
It's funny because people will be like, this car wouldn't be worth it to me, but now it's my baby. I have to take care of it. I really got to treat this car special. That's kind of what they're saying now. And whereas a few years ago, trade it in and get something else.
For busy repair shops, there is the supply chain issue to contend with.
Brakes, batteries, certain bulbs you can't get.
Which causes longer wait times for customers.
If we can call multiple vendors, try to find it down the street, or even get an overnight from Chicago or something like that, we'll do that for our customers just to get it back on the road quicker.
Drivers deciding between fixing their car or buying a new one should crunch the numbers. If repairs will cost more than the vehicle is worth, or 1 year's worth of monthly payments on a replacement, it's probably time for a new ride. In Brooklyn Park, Jason Malillo, CCX News.
We have an update to the plastic-free challenge story we first brought you about a month ago. Hennepin County had nearly 1,100 people participate this year, and by the numbers, they accomplished some impressive feats. The participants said they completed more than 8,600 actions to reduce reliance on plastics. This meant more than 2,200 pounds of packaging waste prevented and more than 5,000 plastic straws, cups, cutlery, and bottles avoided. Local flower shops are stepping up their efforts to show their support for Ukraine.
We've got a lot of yellow things happening, and right now those are colors that really support the Ukraine because their national colors are yellow and blue.
Lynn Bush Roses in Plymouth provides flowers to many local shops across the Twin Cities and surrounding states. In the days following the Russian invasion of Ukraine, Lynn Bush Roses has received more requests for yellow and blue flowers, such as sunflowers and blue delphiniums, from those local retailers who want to create bouquets to show their solidarity with Ukraine.
Flowers are a great symbol of peace, and the color yellow, for example, is a color of optimism and strength and solidarity, and that really is a message that right now the Ukrainian people need.
Some local flower shops are also taking proceeds from the sale of blue and yellow bouquets to support relief efforts in Ukraine.